In this video, I'm going to show you a real sales report customer breakdown and how they used our tool to get over 20 leads every month. So before I do that, let me tell you who this customer is. This customer is a typical software development agency that specializes in two technologies, Drupal and PHP Laravel. As a customer, when they approached us, the first thing that they told us was, they can work with any agency that needs, PHP, Laravel development services, as well as hosting on AWS. They don't want to reach out to very small WordPress sites. They want, a slightly more educated audience that needs ongoing PHP Laravel or Drupal development work. And these guys can come in and experts and they charge a little bit more compared to typical developers. So they charge at least $100 an hour. And they wanted clients who can give them ongoing projects and have a tech stack in PHP, Laravel, and Drupal. If we had left them to create their own campaigns and reach out, they probably wouldn't have done a great job, right? I'll tell you why. Because most people think in terms of these four criteria for defining their ideal customer profile. How big is the company? Where is it located? The right job title at these companies, as well as the right industry. These are not good enough as indicators to figure out who actually might be using Laravel or Drupal, right? We figured out a better way to find the right companies who have this tech stack as well as a need for help. The best way to do it is to filter by job postings, right? For example, if their job posts have a keyword like PHP or Laravel or Drupal, and then they're much more likely to hire an agency. They already have a budget for hiring a full-time employee to cover these areas, right? So that's where these kinds of intelligence in list building comes in. It helps you get to the heart of a lead list that actually works for you. So let me show you exactly how we did that. So for this, we used a tool called Mantiks. So let me show you how Mantiks works and how you guys might use it. So this is what Mantiks looks like. So the great thing about Mantiks is that not only does it monitor job postings for you across different job boards like Indeed, LinkedIn, but it also gets you the contacts of the right people at those companies who would be hiring, right? So let me show you exactly how we did it for this particular client that we had. So once we logged into Mantiks, we just created a single report, right? So we put the keyword in the job title. We also could have put the keyword in other places. So this client wanted only US specific companies who are hiring, and then we also put in some other details, right? So let's say we want to look at recent job posts like in the last 30 days, and then let's say we are looking at keywords like Drupal or Laravel, right? So we can remove from job title itself and use it in the description, like Laravel or PHP, right? So you can see these are extremely relevant companies who are hiring for these particular titles, and when we reach out to them, we can have a very, very direct, very targeted message so that they're much more likely to reply to us, right? And then we can even increase the employee headcount, maybe if we want more companies that are doing this, and this gives us a very targeted list to reach out to. So reaching out to these 239 companies will give us more results than reaching out to thousands of other companies that don't have these needs, right? So it's all about finding the right targeting. And once we did that, we can just go in and say, hey, let's try to find the right contacts. So we want to find contacts either in HR or IT itself, right? So that's how we will figure out the right people, and then we can figure out their email and all of that. And one of the best things that they do is we figure out which of these jobs are posted by recruiting companies on behalf of these clients. So we obviously don't want to talk to them because they have been hiring for a full-time role or consulting, right? So we don't want that. So ultimately we just build out this report, and this gives us like a very nice email, right, with all of the different criteria. Perfect. So since we have it, we just go and run a campaign, right? So let me show you what is the campaign that we ran for this client. So this is the list that comes out from Mantiks, and then this gives us everything, right? Which company it is, what industry are they in, how many employees they have, what is the location, what is the job offer title, link to the job offer so that we know exactly what we're talking about. And then finally the profile URL of the person to reach out to, their full name and all of that, right? As well as their email. So what we did was we did a full automation campaign for them. So we reached out to them on LinkedIn, like, hi, first name, saw that you guys are hiring for this position, came across your job post on this source, the source is, LinkedIn or Glassdoor or something like that. Are you looking only for full-time devs, or are you open to working with a proven PHP focused agency? So this is where we figured out using GPT for Sheets. It's a really nice extension that helps you clean up, data, right? So we asked GPT for Sheets to just capitalize and just make sure that this looks nicely formatted And that's how we figured it out. We have this particular connection request, then we send a message after connecting. I just want to quickly introduce myself. I recently started a small dev company. If I'm around, if you guys need support, we're tech specialists and we've worked with names like Trustco, Merck, Witchmat, just to name a few. So here we're building little bit of rapport and showing that we know what we're doing. And then finally, who would be the right person to reach out to? If not, can you do me a favor and point me in the right direction? Don't want to clog up your inbox. We're asking for the right person. And then here we talk a little bit more about, some free value that we can give them. So this is the lead magnet, free business problem analysis. And then finally, we try to actually get in touch with them and then personalize the outreach. So we send them like a personalized coffee cup, something like this, right? For example, what I got from this particular person, right, who was reaching out to me to talk to about, some particular offering that they have. So yeah, I mean, this is the campaign that we ran, and we were able to get roughly a 10% response rate to this, and a lot of them positive. And this person already has, a couple of clients in their sales pipeline from this particular campaign. To just recap what we learned from this video, it's very important to have a targeted lead list. One of the best way to find out targeted lead list is to somehow spy on all the companies in your universe and figure out who may have the need that you're solving for. One way of spying is to look at job postings that they've done or recent hires that they've done, and use that to reach out to the right people with very good context, and they're much more likely to reply to you. Or they don't reply to you, at least they have a favorable view of you as somebody who doesn't spam, but somebody who did a little bit of research on them and reached out to them, as opposed to somebody who's sending the same message to thousands of companies and hoping to get a response. This is the mindset for cold outreach in 2024. You need to spy on your potential customers, figure out who are the right ones, and only reach out to them, because it's more about quality over quantity, right? That's what I'll leave you with in this video. That's it from me. And then, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you please implement something like this when you're doing outreach.